All right, it's Grind and Unwind, episode 38, and today we got a family friend of mine, my boy, my dog. Without further ado, I know you're tired of looking at me, even though I'm pretty. It's that boy, Jamie Foy. Jamie, what it do, Scoop?
What's good?
How you doing, family?
Just chilling. Doing good, man. Appreciate it. Thanks for having me on the wall up there.
Of course, bro. I've been hung that up.
Computer, man.
I'm dead ass. I've been hung that up. I took it out the magazine when I got it. It's been up there for a long time. Next to Bob Marley, Jones. There's only, look, I got Goku, Kobe, Michael Jordan, Tyshawn, Jamie, Bob Marley, and a random Star Wars post. I don't know why I got the Star Wars up there. That's random. I've never even seen them. I ain't even seen all them. But I had to put you up there because when you got Skater of the Year, which we're going to get into, that was like a moment for me because I think of like everything you were going through late 16, early 17. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hey, everybody at the house, I know all y'all. I'll whoop all your ass. Calm down. I'm trying to interview Jamie.
Hey.
Yeah, all that. Tell him what I said, Jamie. Tell him I'll go fly.
Right.
I know where y'all at. I got the address in with a 7. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
I got the address. I'll be over there.
Nah, I wish I had a desk in my room. It'd be way easier. But,
exactly.
Yeah,
but you in chill mode.
But yeah, I mean, it's just crazy. We go back, man. It's been fun. Hella times, dog. Like SF back in the day.
Yeah.
So sick.
Yeah. So Jamie, everybody knows you're Florida born, Florida proud. I didn't even think I said a word right there. Florida born, Florida proud. But you know, the things that they don't know is you were killing all these contests a lot when you were younger, but then there was this weird curve of you trying to find sponsors, like actual ones.
Yeah.
What was that like? And I want to say that's like that 2013 to 15 or 16 range. What was skating like? What was that like?
I mean, it was just like kind of just hanging out with the homies and going out and trying to skate and film as much as possible. I mean, I did love to do contests, and it helped me meet like a bunch of people just because like we met because I did the Gatorade free flow and thankfully qualified for the finals, and then went out to SF and met all the homies up in SF, and like, you know, it just opened up the world to me. So it kind of showed me what was really possible. And that was like one of my first times in California as a, like, I went one time when I was like 13 and it was way different. And then I went when I think I was probably like 15, 16 at that time. And just kind of opened my eyes, and I was just like, man, the contest stuff is sick because I can like travel for it since I'm like a kid and they can take you places like that. But I was like, man, I just really want to like dig into the street skating and like hang out with the homies, just because like hanging out with you guys up there was so much fun, and skating around the streets downtown. Like me and the homies already did that in Miami, but after that, I just like fully dug into it. Like once I was in, I think it was about like junior or like sophomore of high school, it was really just like, all right, I'm gonna link up with the homies and try to film all the time, like start lighting up spots and all that stuff. And thankfully try to film as much as possible so that way I could send it to sponsors and try to get hooked up by stuff. And
in those early days, who were your dream sponsors? You know, I remember one, but other than the one that I remember, who was like the people you were like, yo, I think I fit on this team at my age and what you're wearing and what you're doing. Who did you strive for early?
I mean, I wasn't too sure. I mean, I kind of just like, when I was younger, I was sponsored by Unwind Water Sports, which is the local skate shop here, and they hooked me up through like the local reps, like how like Shop Flow. So like my first Shop Flow sponsor, I think was, pretty sure it was Girl, and I mean, I thought they were amazing because at that time it was like pretty sweet time, and obviously the legacy before that, it was like just crazy time. And I was like, man, like that would be so sick. And then I never really thought of like fitting the squad. I was more or less just like, I just want to get the boards if they're good, and like obviously I like the dudes because the videos they always make are so sick, and they're just people that I grew up looking up towards. And just like from there, and I was just like finally trying to get like a little more from them, I think, and they just weren't really trying to do anything at the time with somebody. They were just kind of looking for the Shop Flow style type kid. And then from there I would just kind of bounce around a lot to like a bunch of Shop Flow sponsors. But I mean, obviously growing up, Baker, Deathwish is like something that we always grew up watching, something that I love so much. But I'm not like, I don't look at myself as gnarly in like a lifestyle type sense. Exactly. So that's like grow up watching that, it's like, yo, I don't know about you.
I don't think I can hang out with them people. I can skate like
Yeah,
them.
yeah.
But I don't know.
Yeah,
After
I was like, their skating's amazing.
after
but,
Beagle put the
hanging out
camera
with
up,
them sounds like a crazy. Yeah, I was like, man, I don't know. But thankfully, like as time went on, I mean, I went through like probably like 4 or 5 shop flow, and then I got like flip flow for one time for probably like 6-7 months, and I thought that would maybe work out, but kind of didn't work out. They ended up saying that they didn't see a future with me there. All good. I mean, all good. I mean, it's just like the way things go. You never know. But thankfully, like doing competitions, I did a contest. I think it was Wild in the Parks or something like that, and I ended up at the barracks, or I think it was Wild in the Parks. But I ended up at the barracks and like winning a contest there, and that's where Lizard and then Steve Hernandez was there from Death Wish and Baker, and they were like, "Yo, we want to start sending you boards." Liz was all hyped on me. I met him one time before that in like Phoenix Am, and he was like, "Oh, I want to talk to you," and I was like, "Wait, what the hell?"
wait, somebody in chat,
like, you know,
somebody in chat that's close to you or knows a lot says that's where you broke your tooth. It was at the Wild in the Parks. Is that where you chipped your tooth?
That was the qualifiers, in Atlanta.
Wow.
Yeah, pretty sure the qualifiers in Atlanta. Yeah, I chipped his tooth trying to full cab backflip on the bump to bar at Hazard County Skate Park. I haven't really skated fakey off bump since, man. Kind of fucked me up.
It kind of put you in like a weird mental, huh?
Yeah,
like, I ain't doing that.
I was like, man, fakey off a bump. Man, screw that.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I don't know. It's just crazy growing up that, so many different things didn't pan out, but it's cool. Yeah, look at that.
Damn.
Throwback.
I would have never done that. Hey, look, my hands is right here. I want you to see that right now. I would have never, even though this is the origin of you.
Oh, man.
I seen you as this kid. I seen you as this kid skating around.
Oh, for sure.
And, I remember the pink shirt, and we didn't do him dirty. We don't get embarrassed by old photos because there's a glow up of Jamie, which is, you feel me?
Man.
You feel me? So, but this photo is crazy, all right? Like, this shit, bro, I'm your boy, too. Damn. All right. I got something that's crazy. I got a picture that Gage Boyle took of me at the Vulcan Park. He didn't even add a filter, and I came out purple. Like, bro, real purple. Like, it is weird. Like, I was like, yo, why you do me like that? He was like, bro, I just clicked the camera button. Don't do it. So if you gonna look crazy, I'm gonna look crazy with you. Now, so Jamie, you said that Steve Hernandez and Lizard had seen you over winning this competition because, bro, I had a conversation with a person at Baker after you put Death Wish in your bio, and they were like, I don't know who that is. They weren't aware, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You want to know what year this was?
2016.
Exactly.
No, it all happened so fast.
So when it happened, the moment after you put it in your bio, because when you said you wanted to get sponsors and you didn't get that one that we remember when you tried to nose grind that rail, I went on a rampage and said, this dude needs to be on stuff. And when I talked to this particular person who's very important in this skateboarding thing, they had no idea. And then a couple months went by and they were like, okay, we know who that guy is. So when you get this opportunity, like when Steve and Lizard reach out to you, what does that feel like? Like you said, you watching it already. It looks sick, but you didn't know did you feel like, all right, that's cool. Flip just blew it. Flip blew it, steak. So Flip just blew it. I just spit on my microphone. And then, you you get that like little intro, and how does that feel?
I mean, it felt great just because like when they came up to me, I was hyped. I was like, hey, they're like, hey man, we want to give you boards, and I was like, sick. All right, well, we exchanged information. They hit me up, and Steve was like, hey, do you want Baker or Death Wish boards? And I mean, Lizard.
Oh, son, like, you got to choose.
Well, it wasn't really. It was kind of. I was like, hey, Death Wish dudes are like still gnarly in my mind because I didn't really know Neen at the time.
They were disgusting at this time. They were disgusting. Let's just keep it real.
They seemed like it.
Neen didn't look like he showered. His dreads was dusty.
They were transitioning because it was probably about a 3-4 years where they weren't really doing much like in that time. Like Baker was still doing stuff with T-Funk and like a bunch of other people. and I was just like, all right, well, I can see myself with Baker because they just like seem like kind of like, you know, they just don't seem as crazy as Deathwish dudes as in the party scene. So I was just like, let me get some Baker boards. And then he's like, all right, no problem. And then he was sending me Baker boards for like a couple months. And then Lizard hits me up. He's like, yo, what the hell are you doing riding Baker boards? Like, we need you on Deathwish. Like, he wanted me on so bad. And I was like, well. And then like as those months go on, I was like meeting the guys at BAKERBOYS, and I was like Neen was super cool, Dixon was a super cool dude. Like, you know, he might have this like exterior, but he's like a super nice guy.
Yeah.
And then just like meeting everyone at the squad, and kind of when I was filming a lot and talking to Andrew, Andrew hit me up months down the line.
Yeah,
like, hey,
like, somebody hit you up months down the line. Okay.
They're like, hey, like, we can't do anything with you at Baker because, like, you know, T-Funk's already here doing his thing, and we don't want to put you ahead of him, and you're doing a lot right now. We want to like help you out. So what do you think about Deathwish? And I was like, after I already knew everyone at that time when he talked to me, I was like, yeah, of course. Like, as long as I'm in the house, like, I don't care. Just being around BAKERBOYS, you know, just anything in there, I'm down. So then that kind of like, once I got on, I was kind of like the new guy on Deathwish after nothing really happened for a while. And then kind of just like started like a fire there. And that's also kind of around the time that I got on Diamond Footwear from Nike SB Flow. Or like, like that whole thing too, you know, getting the offer from Diamond and kind of just taking it out on a whim and going for it, like helped me out a lot. Like, shout out Tori, T-Puds looking out for me and like seeing me as the potential that I had. Like, he was one of the only people who was like, hey, like, we want to turn you AM. It's a new shoe brand, but we'll be the only AM, and we can get you an ad in the mag and all this stuff. And I was like, sure, let's do it. Like, you know, just any coverage is what I figured I needed, and it all kind of worked out.
Yeah, so
from blunt, look at that.
Facts. So you get the Diamond announcement because you were on Flow for you. I know you wanted to be on SB, right? Like, that was like, that was what you wanted to do. And then when you don't do that, how did that mentally feel?
I mean, the way they kind of told me no, and like the situation that was happening at Nike at the time, I kind of just like, you know, I mean, I guess some people would say it might have felt like kind of like a slap in the face, but obviously it wasn't that. It was more of a motivation. Like, it was just like, all right, like, because my friends were on Nike, and I loved, like, you know, Zion, Midler, like K Scott, like at that time, like Deshaun, like all of us were in that van together on like a Vans Flow trip.
Yeah, that Sinclair trip.
So yeah, exactly. So like that was when Sinclair like started out there, and like we started doing Sinclair trips pretty much with like us as a squad, and that was mad fun. So I just obviously would have loved to keep that going, but just like, you know, I wasn't even at the, you know, I think they were getting paid a little bit, or like having like a travel budget a little bit at the time, and I wasn't, but I didn't mind because I was just getting a lot of shoes and I was stoked, and just like going on trips with them was fun.
Hold on real quick, Jamie. I'm gonna take you off the screen real quick. Y'all blew it too. I didn't want him on the screen for that because he's important and he's doing good stuff in his life. But yeah, go ahead. As you were saying. No, you good, son.
And it was just like straight up like, oh, all right, well, I got this offer from Diamond, and I was like, all right, let me like talk to Nike, because now I have an opportunity to like discuss it. Like, hey, I have someone that wants to pay me. Are you guys down to technically pay me? It was kind of less, you know. I was like, the idea was like, I'll take less if you guys are just down for that. And then just, I guess, somewhere up the ladder, you know, it wasn't Mike's decision or anything, but somewhere up the ladder, they said no, and it would be like another year until they reconsider. And that was probably, I think, in the middle of 2015 and like beginning of 2016. So when, again, that stuff happened so fast too, because I got on Diamond and then got a lot of exposure from that, because I was just like kind of on my own over there. And, you know, in the sense of being the amp, you know, they had pros like Tori, Boo, and everyone. But that also helped me a lot too. I feel like, you know, them saying no to me kind of just like sparked the fire underneath me, in the sense of like, all right, well, no problem with you guys. I'm going to go do my own thing.
Yeah. But I'm saying, did Diamond Footwear feel like a shot in the dark a little bit? Like, mind you,
it did a little bit.
Yeah, right? Like, because honestly, like Diamond, the legacy that they built,
Yeah.
It's a still. I don't care whether they're selling T-shirts or not. The hottest thing. They
Yeah.
built a very good legacy. But I remember
For
during
sure.
that 2015, 2016, it seems like there was some stuff going on internally. You can kind of see it, like if you're in the industry, right? So like
Yeah.
you who's going up at this time, you feel me? Getting on that, I don't know if you have like any, like I know you're pretty much on your own in the early days. Like you don't have management, you don't have anybody. Did you feel like,
Hmm.
okay, well, Tori's very established. Like Boo Johnson's killing it at this time. He's deciding the deals he wants. Like, bro,
Yeah.
skateboarding is in the palm of his hand at this time. You feel me? So
Yeah. Yeah.
was it more of the team that felt like, all right, I should go over there?
For sure, it was more of like a this is something new, and like I wasn't not down because I love Tori, Boo, like Brandon Beeble, Nick was there, Nick Tucker was there, and I mean those guys were cool. Going on sessions with them and hanging out, it was like mad fun, and
Yeah.
it's just something different too. And being surrounded by those guys are like Tori and Beeble, like those are legends to me. And then
Facts.
like Boo is a younger legend. Like I grew up watching him in was it Future
Yeah,
Nature? I
Element
think like
Future
when
Nature.
that
Yeah. One of my
yeah
favorite
that
parts.
part was
I watch that every
yeah I was
flight.
like man, so like love watching that, and I was like man Boo's amazing. Like hanging out with him was mad cool, and I was like what, this would be sick. So it was kind of a shot in the dark, you could say, but it was also more of just like a leap of faith, as in like let's go make the best of it, and just like it was sick. It was my first trip with a team, really, like going to New York and stuff. Like we went to Paris. They took me one of my first trips out of the country. Like it was super cool. It was a good time. Like it was a quick 2 years. Like the company I think only lasted like 3 years,
Yeah.
pretty much.
It was short. It was a short stint. And I
Yeah,
think when you start to get into the shoe game, a lot of companies have seen it. It's ridiculous. So, I mean,
it's hard.
you did your thing though. You were over there. But besides that, there's this time, like you said, that quick, let's say that two year period, 2015 to 2017.
Hmm.
You now climb this ladder of holy shit is Jamie Foy. Now I know you're sitting there yourself. You have to be humble. We knew, the homies knew you were gonna be this guy. But when it starts happening and spiraling so fast, how were those adjustments for you, bro? Like you're like, hey, all right, they don't want me. Got to go over here. They deny me. I'll take this because I won this contest. To okay, we want to take you on this trip. Ty wants to take you on this trip.
Yeah, that I was gonna say that is kind of one of the biggest things, changing moments in my life,
Yeah.
is when Ty asked me to like film that video. Film
For
film
Flat
the
Earth.
Flat Earth video. Yeah, it was just like
Is Earth flat,
I mean,
Jamie? Is it? Let's just ask.
no,
Because it helped your whole life. Is it Earth flat or no?
it's not. It's round.
Okay, cool.
It's a good time.
We just got that out the way.
But yeah, that was like Ty is just one of the most uh like I would just say positive minded and like go for it type of people. Like he doesn't give a shit if we're filming at a spot. He'll fix whatever you want. He'll tear down a fence almost to like make the spot skatable. Like he doesn't care at all. If he sees a vision, he can do anything to make it possible. So being on the road with him and seeing the way he operated and just having that energy around me was just like pretty life changing in the sense of like seeing what was possible.
Mhm.
And also being around the guys, like being around Carlos Hickey. He was a little older than me, and it was just so sick to like. And he's a full different skater in the sense of like killing the ledges, like
Bro.
seeing him do like switchback big spin over the back to like front crook on the ledge, back to switch, like just like seeing shit I never thought was possible done, and just like it's just like all right, well he's doing that on the ledges. I need to max out on the rails then, like because he's maxing out on these ledges, so we gotta like and then I'm with Chase, and he like kind of like being from California and just kind of I'm from Florida. There's not many big rails here. I did love to skate big rails at the skate park, but like once you get to California, it's a different game.
Yes.
And then like
the rails
being
is
around Chase,
way longer.
Giant rails, like 20s weren't even really a thing here. And then yeah, going to California, going out there and being on a road trip with Chase Webb and watching him skate big ass rails, no problem, just like no fear. I was like, all right, well like it's pretty mellow, and then like it just kind of all rubs off on like who you surround yourself with the the vibes and the way you're mentally set to go do stuff. So
Yeah.
having Ty Evans around and like filming the Flat Earth is like that, because that was the 2 years. Like we met
Exactly.
in like 2015, and then the video came out at the end of 2017, and that was the 2 year span.
Yeah.
So that is literally pretty much all due to Ty, because I mean he was talking in my ear about like trying to do stuff, and I'm just like, bro, like I'm like barely pro yet, and then like I turned pro at the end of that,
Yeah.
like at the end, like middle of 2017, I turned pro, and he's still talking to me in the air like, yo, we gotta, if you can like do this and this, like it probably could help you get this, and I didn't even think it was anything was possible, but just listening to Ty was like what I was doing, just because
Ty
like,
is
he's been around.
now,
like,
mind you, Ty is very experimental behind the camera, which is not everybody agrees with. But people do
sure.
not know about his work ethic, his vision,
Oh,
and like, bro, because that's on a personal level. People don't get to understand that.
yeah.
Now, mind you, Ty he's probably filming with a goddamn something, a ghost camera,
van.
a big black ball of Back to the Future. He feeling on some bullshit. Ty always got some shit on him, right? But the thing is, it's like you're not understanding. First off, he's like, what's the most different way I can make this look? And that he's like, yo, if you're super good at this trick. If you could do this, I've seen this. We can get this. This will work for here.
Yeah.
He knows all that stuff, bro. He's been here for so long, bro. He's like, and that alley-oop that he threw you really did help you become like into that year of 2017 the skater of the year. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
so much.
It really did.
Just like you said, being experimental with him and his filming, being experimental with that would rub off with him asking me to be like experimental with my skating.
Yes.
And that's like what showed me what was possible in my own mind. Because like for him, like he invented the HPX fisheye that everyone uses today. He invented that and filmed with it for 20 years before everyone else filmed with it.
Yeah.
So by the time everyone caught up to him, he's on to the futuristic
exactly.
Shit. So watch, they're gonna be filming like him in 20 years. How he's filming today, it's always gonna be ahead of the curve.
Exactly.
Ty's a living legend.
And he, you know what I'm saying? So whose idea did Ty recommend the front crook for El Toro?
For sure. Yeah, he definitely did.
So that was his recommendation. So when he
it was an idea in my mind, but he verbalized it more. Like I've never verbalized it, and he mentioned it to me, and I'm just like thought about it, but I don't know.
Exactly. and I know you already explained, like you explain your El Toro trip because it's like something everybody asks you about. You blacked out. It's this, that, and the third. You get this cover. The cover is amazing. And then you get announced that you're the skater of the year when just like I said, 18 months before that, people did not know you. You know what I'm saying? So the quick of it all, like you said, I know you were just like, wow, this just happening fast. Were you ready for it? Because you've been doing it since you were so young. Like you've been skating your whole life. So it's like,
I guess I could technically say I was ready for it, but I wasn't really ready for the magnitude of it when it comes to the people, like in the sense of like the fans, like because that like all the like the love from all the fans and everything is like it's always so like it's not overwhelming, but it's so sick. It's something that I never expected, like to have so many people be down for my skating and stuff like that. I just wanted to skate with the homies for as long as I can, and this is where we are today. But it's just, I guess, just being around the homies I'm around helped it all be mellow, because I'm always, even in California, I'm with all the Florida heads that I grew up with. So like, I think it just makes it easy to like when you're surrounding yourself with like very comfortable. We got out of our comfort zone by leaving Florida and going to California, but then so many Florida heads and homies came with us that we created our own comfort zone in California.
And there, exactly.
And it just like kind of just meshed in, I think, really well. And just like after it was me, Pedro, Ish, Tyson, like so many Florida heads just like exploding at that time, just because I think it was just time. I mean, there's always been so many good skaters in Florida. I mean, Reynolds is from Florida, Alyssa, Rodney Mullen. But then, like, all the people I grew up watching skating that I thought were going to be pro just never left. So that's just something I thought.
Exactly.
I was like, we need to leave. We just need to get out of here.
But that's because there was no media mecca. That's what I want you guys to realize.
It's like a big difference.
Because if you think about it, bro, Florida days, all those videos out there, if there just had been like a nah, bro, we really over here type of moment instead of running like everybody thinks they have to come to California. Mind you, benefited you, worked very well, did super good for you guys.
It's a big step for people and it's great, but nowadays it is different.
It's different, bro. I feel like, you know, like the way that you piggyback Florida, you feel me? Because not a lot of people know that Reynolds is from there. Because he was down here for so long. People forget that history about him, bro. You feel me? So it's like, really, it felt like it was Florida stand up. And I don't want to just put it all on you, but it was piggybacked off of that 100%. Like the whole industry started to kind of get the gist of like all these rippers are coming from Florida. Like I remember Pedro's early days of like, oh, he's just like a tryhard that's like getting knocked out and getting hurt. It seemed like that was happening to him, but it was like, no, bro. Pedro just actually loves skateboarding. He's not an idiot at all. And he's just trying to go
through and through,
bro.
The hardest skater, working human like out
bro.
So
Period.
Pedro is like, he's through and through to the core skater and just wants nothing more to like go fast on his board and scare himself. Like, you know, even though it's like being with him, he'll like scream obviously because it's torturous what he's doing. But when he's done with it, he's like so stoked. He's like
facts, bro. He's like, oh, it's over. The battle's over for Pedro.
Yeah.
So now back to you. 2017 happens. Skate of the year. Craziest trick ever. You go on the SOTY trip. You really get to be with your homies. Like you said, you just make sure that this next couple years is just comfort zone. But now the work ethic, you don't disappear. You don't celebrate. You don't vanish. Head down, focused. I'm skating. I got parts. I got clips. I'm ready. What the hell, bro? What is like, yo, foot on the gas. I'm going to keep it on there. What is the motivation behind that? Mind you, you have the most beautiful clip in human history. Mom towing you in. Like, mom's doing that, bro.
Also, Ty's idea. The mom towing, fully Ty's idea.
See? You know? So
he has the best ideas.
So shout out to that.
Yeah. I mean, I just feel like it was just kind of like, everyone says, oh yeah, you don't stop. It's not even that I don't stop. It's just like I'm always hanging out with homies, skating, and you know that's what's fun to me. So if it ain't broke, don't fix it. You know, if it's like working out, like just like keep doing what you're doing, and all we can do is try. All I want to do is like try to one up myself as a skater. I mean, that's just kind of the addiction side of it all. You know, I mean, thankfully now I can enjoy the fruits of my labor more. Got like a couple places and stuff.
Which we want to like lightly get into that because you know me, you know your boy. I don't like personal stuff, but we got to talk about the attributes of like what your actual staying on that board has led to, because you were homie focused and homie keen, and then you made that a reality, like through your skating and how hard you work and what you put your body through, Jamie. Like, so now 2018, 2019, it's like, okay, this kid, you're like either in the top finalists for Skate of the Year or close every year almost, it seems like after, like there's just no real, and are you trying to get that again? Like, is that when you got the taste of the 2017, did you get in every year like, I'm going to skate my best this year because at the end of the year, I still want to be the best skater? Or like you said, you were just around the homies and it felt mellow. Like, is it?
I think I was just around the homies and it felt mellow, all that stuff. Even the stuff that led to me being Skater of the Year, I was never really like trying to get that. I was just like, hey, I want to challenge myself. And, when I challenge myself, I excite myself in the sense of like, I like see something that's possible. Even if I think it's challenging, I'm going to try to go and do it. And then the homies around you get stoked. And then when your homies get stoked around you, they do the same thing for themselves, So it's kind of just like a feed off each other vibe where if you're always skating around the good homies that want to skate and just like be out around just in the field, you just always stuff's going to happen, It's going to end up working. And I mean, nowadays I'm just, now I'm working on a couple parts, and they come out this year. The Deathwish one came out. Now we got the Dickies one coming out, and then New Balance video part coming out. I think before the end of the year. So we'll see what happens. But it's just what happened where they all lined up like that.
So now to reference back into MB, when did that come about, and how did that come about? Because Diamond's done. Diamond Footwear's done. Are you in limbo? Has anybody reached out? Because the people that probably felt like they missed out, you didn't get out of their face. So did anybody reach back out, or how was that during that little
Well,
time period?
yeah, it was pretty quick because right when my contract ended for Diamond, I mean, I was already signed. I was signed with Clem and them, and I mean, they've been helping me since I was young. Like, they noticed my potential early on and said, like, when I was AM and all that, they're like, hey, if you ever need any like advice, like, hit us up. And then I did, and then eventually, like, I was like, all right, I'm gonna start. I want to start getting management, and then I started doing that, and then they started helping me making decisions and just guiding. And then as an AM, and then I turned pro, and they're full on now, like helping me. And that was kind of a product of them in a sense. Obviously, it was New Balance reached out to me right when my contract was ending with Diamond. I was supposed to re-sign with Diamond, not supposed to, but they gave me another like contract on it on top from the year before.
Like the renegotiation.
Renegotiation, and I was just kind of like, man, like I felt like I just wanted to kind of do something else at the time. I mean, I love Diamond and like the dudes that helped me out and everything, but I definitely expressed to my managers that I wanted to explore my options, and New Balance stepped up very heavily, and like in the sense of like just being down right away. Like, they hit me up like, hey, like, we talked to the guys, everyone's stoked. We would love to make this work. What do we have to do? And this is what we want to do. And they pretty much came to the table fully more than I ever thought anyone would, and just like offered me the shoe, and like went from there, and just was like, all right, let's do it. And just that partnership has been awesome. I mean, New Balance is one of the best companies I could ever ride for, in the sense of just like the squad, the dudes that work there.
Yeah, it's a good ass team, bro. It's a good ass team.
Everything being in house in Long Beach. Like, if I ever need anything, I just go straight to everyone that like runs New Balance. New Merrick is like right there in Long Beach. So if I ever need anything, like, it's right there. It's all sick. And then they're also, you have the New Balance headquarters in Boston. It's an amazing company. They got great running shoes, all the comfies. Like, there's so much positives to it. I was just like, man, this is I'm
sick.
So down.
This is sick, and they really want to build around me and give me the opportunity, because I know a lot of people don't ask that question. They do get on and they go, hey, I get the money, but is there a shoe for me? Is there incentive for me? Do I matter to this thing? Because some people just get that check and then it's just like, all right, well, we kind of want whatever you're bringing now. We want your fire. But it's like, okay, do you want to immortalize me? Like, New Balance has immortalized you in footwear. Like, they really have. You feel me? And, me not feeling the corporate side of, that type of stuff is just, but like when I see you get that, I'm like, I can't hate on it. I just can't. It's not in me to do. You feel me? Just like how them people just made a shot at you. And then they gave him another one. I can't be mad at that. And then them other people made Tyshawn a shoe. I can't even go in it. And then Chris Brown wearing Kevin Bradley colorway. That's messed up. I can't be mad at that either. So it's like, so you get to that point. Now, what year did you get your wings, bro? Like, when did that company come into your life?
That was, that was 2016 or 2017.
It was before you won. It was before you won, right?
It was right before, like maybe the year before I won, I think. So, and that whole thing, it kind of happened. Red Bull's a super big company, and it was at the time Tom Curran was working for them, and he was the guy that like put everyone on, and he was like talking to me and Zion, and me and Zion were managed by the same people, so they were just kind of discussing with us what they wanted to do, and they kind of like backed off on me a little bit at the time, and got Zion. I don't know exactly what was going on, and I was just like, oh man, like, all good, like, whatever. That was just, gotta try. And then and then kind of went a couple months, went and did AMS Getting Paid, won that contest, and I think that kind of put me like back on the radar.
Yeah, you just started winning shit. You was falling hella hard at everything. Like, I remember there was like a Vegas double set or something, or like a triple set.
Yeah, that was
busted your ass, boy.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, hey, you gotta try. If you're gonna try hard shit, you're gonna eat shit.
Smoked.
Like,
You are, bro.
yeah.
It's how it goes. Skateboarding says,
Yeah.
hey, you think
Can't
you
win
run
them all.
this? You don't. Skateboarding
You
is
can't win it all.
you cannot win it all.
With
But
me, I'm like, man, I'll just grind this rail real quick and end up on my face. Just like, you never know.
So
you're like, oh, I'm gonna warm up.
So now you're by 2018, or let's say by 2019, you're fully this idea of a skateboarder. You got solid shoe thing, solid board company that, you know what I'm saying? Everything around you has legacy at this point. You, like I said, you are this workhorse. You Good comes out. Crazy part in that. More parts come out. More things are dropping. You don't, like, I'm trying to get this across. You don't stop, right? And then it's like you're running like a business. Now you get a schedule. Now you're all these places at once. You see skateboarding as like not a job, but you have it scaled out to where you're like, all right, shit got to get tackled. Things got to get done so I can relax. Who grew that? Was that a Clemens management, or was it you, or it was like them telling you like, Jamie, you're the way you want to keep going. We can all figure this out together. And then, you know what I'm saying? Was that like that conversation, or was it like you like, whoa, I got a hell of shit going on?
Well, yeah, thankfully with Clem and them, I mean, they were super, like I said, they kind of saw the potential in me pretty early on before all that was happening, like right before it was probably like 2015 or 2014. They talked to me. It was like, hey, like, you know, we want to like be there for you whenever we can, and you know, try to make it work. And I was like, all right, cool. And then obviously they were always there. And then when stuff started to get way more serious, like pretty much when a little bit before I was on Death Wish, and they were kind of there with me. And then they were like, hey, like, if you want to do this, you know, we're going to like, let's get a contract up and we'll sign it. And, you know, you only focus on skating, like everything else we'll handle. And, you know, like, I was just like, you know, and we, you know, came to terms where I was like, all right, cool. Like, this is going to help me overall in the sense of like stress. Cause like, I'm so thankful for them in the sense of all this skating is definitely a product of me just being able to go out and skate with my homies every day and just believe, like, you know, just believe in them to handle everything else. Yeah, especially like nowadays, it's insane. Like right now, like my schedule's so packed and so crazy that if I had to manage my own, like, you know, finances, all the bills and everything myself, like I would pretty much go crazy. So,
but this is what I wanted to commend you on. This is what I wanted to commend you on. Since I've known you, like, you've always had like a level of being bright. Like you don't come off like, you know what I'm saying? Like most skaters, we dumb. We some stupid motherfuckers. Like we are. Hey,
we all got our times.
We got our time. But the thing about you is always you're kind of quick witted, and you've always seemed like always have an answer for the question you've been asked. Like especially in real life, like you kind of think on your feet.
I appreciate it.
So, I mean, knowing that and hearing all we've heard about agents and managers and money and these things that can happen, did you ever have like a fear of like, hopefully they take care of me, you know? Because nobody really has your story, Jamie, as far as like getting these things and making sure that these incentives and these things are followed through. Most people get the money and go, well, I'm a rock star now. I'm gonna buy this crib, this car. I'm gonna get this boat and be on bullshit. This is what I'm gonna do. I got the money now. I make the 6-figure salary. I'm out the way. I'm just gonna be like, it's a party now, you know? You're just like, nah, it's not a party. Like, it's lit. Don't get me wrong, but it's not a party. Like,
yeah. I mean, it just kind of comes to like how I grew up in the sense of like my mom's a Marine and my dad's in the Air Force.
Oh shit!
I'm the youngest.
You couldn't. Yeah, you wasn't.
I'm the youngest of the. I'm in the youngest of the bunch. My mom's not cool though. Like,
I know, mama. I know. She's a sweetheart. Love her to death, and I thank her for.
But no, she's tough when she needs to be. So that's what definitely I think lined me up in the sense of like. I mean, obviously, I've had many homies around me that sadly make very poor decisions growing up, and like, you know, I was just always thankful that I was close to my mom and was able to like rely on her giving me good advice. But also, she was always super stoked for me to skate, and then also my dad was always super supportive. He's like, I just wanted you to be happy with it, because my dad's an electrician and he used to be in the Air Force, so he has that background as well in the military, but he loves being an electrician. Like he literally loves fixing stuff or like fixing anything, making anything. He loves it. So he's like, I don't work ever because he was a workhorse when I was younger, but he loved and he made a pretty good living for himself and like helped out with us a lot. That my parents were divorced when I was like 3, but they were always around, always super close. And then like having that work ethic, I think from my dad and my mom, because my mom's a teacher, harsh job, having to deal with middle school kids.
Yeah, bro.
So
What?
crazy work ethic there. And then my dad was always a workhorse with what he did, and he was like the best at what he did, and he took pride in his work. And so I think that kind of all just instilled in me, like, all right, well, if I'm gonna have skating as a life and a career, I could try to make money out of it, and I really won't be working a day in my life. How my dad would always say, because he loved his job. So that's all I wanted. I wanted to grow up, make money. If it was a lot, that's amazing. If it was enough to make me live, that's perfect.
For sure.
Then just be able to skate with the homies and be stoked with it, you know?
Because that's the idea, is at least to make it feel. And still to this day, in all honesty, how does it feel? Does it feel? Has it ever went into job mode? Has it ever felt like, yo, damn? Or has it always stayed in the pocket of like, this is kind of what I asked for, and I'm very happy that I'm in this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I would say there's certain days when you're sore on a long trip or a back-to-back trip when you're just like, man, like, you know, this is harsh. But then, you know, I always, if I'm in that mode, I'm like, well, shit, at least this shit's harsh and I'm in Germany or I'm in, you know, like Portugal or like I'm in Japan or like something, you know, it's like, you know, shit could be harsh in Deerfield Beach, never left there in a cubicle or something, you know, or some random shit. So like, you know, it could always be worse in my mind. So I'm like, that's when it comes in. It's like, all right, I'm so thankful to be where I'm at, and I really can't complain about anything as much as I would want to. Or
somebody
try.
watching Ish in the background?
Because,
do I hear Ish's new part in the background?
Yeah, you do. Yeah.
Okay, that's Ish. Fire. Shout out Ish. So, like you said, you could have. So you take. You appreciate the moment. No, you don't got to turn Ish off. I ain't tripping. You take the moment of being sore and tired, and you feel elated and like lucky. You know what I'm saying? Like you feel lucky that you're in this space and time, and fortunate that you're in this, more so than luck. You feel fortunate for,
especially with my friends. That's like, if I was out here by myself, like it would definitely probably feel way harder. But like I'm literally just out here skating. I'm traveling the world with my good friends. So like, you know, it's always around someone that I grew up with, or it's always around someone I've known since I was younger. And it's so sick to be around them and be with them, doing new things in new places. So it's like, yeah, this could always be worse for sure. Like,
how many parts do you have, Foy?
I can complain about it, actually.
How many parts do you have
overall?
Yeah,
in my life.
In your life,
I don't know.
How many timelines are you on?
Parts that have came out, I don't know, in my life, maybe like
Chat,
10?
I want y'all to look at him closely.
10?
You have 10 parts.
Maybe, I don't know, 10? A little less than 10? I don't know. Maybe rounding up. I don't know.
See, that's when it's crazy when you lose count of the parts you got, man. That's work right there. That's work. So basically, this is what I'm trying to tell Chad or anybody that's young viewing this. When you watch this, I want you to understand that. Shout out to the Joe Face watching us on YouTube right now, saying that I know there's 4 on the way. You need to stop talking too much. So shout out Joe Face, that's my guy. Is that Jamie is, I know you're humble, but I'm about to go and appreciate you real quick. Jamie's at the top tier of the game, kids. And he understands to keep going. Now, Jamie, I want to ask you this, like how you said you were with your friends. You brought a couple properties, and some of skateboarding's favorite people live in them. How that is probably, bro, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know mom's already had a crib and things like that, so you never had to really do that. But how does it feel to be like, I could do it for the homies in the smartest, most logical way, bro? Because not a lot of humans can say that, bro. Not a lot of people can say that. Rappers got the entourage and shit, but it's like you got your childhood homies and some of your best friends around you, and you actually give them a place to live while you go travel the world and literally take care of yourself, but like vicariously take care of them. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
How does that feel?
I mean, it feels great. I mean, I just, like I said, my whole life, has been about being around the homies and hanging out and having a good time. So and also shout out all the people in like Long Beach when I first moved out to California.
Yeah.
There was a bunch of homies that were there that obviously like let me crash on their spot. And even Thomas Tristis, who lives at my house in LA, he had an apartment with this girl, like a couple girls that none of us knew, but he would have me and the homie Josh come crash on his floor for like a week at a time until the girls would get over it. It would be like, yo, these guys gotta get out of here. Like they can't just sleep on the floor forever.
Yeah.
So like, thankfully, I'm just, as much as I, was a little down bad at my times in LB and stuff, there's always someone to look out for me. And, now that I can like reciprocate that, because that's what I always like, when someone was able to look out for me, I was like, oh man, I really appreciate it. And like, it made me help me to get to where I am today, So all I can do, not all I can do, if I can do it, I'm going to love to do it and just like help out all the homies, help them better themselves, not have to worry about living somewhere where, they got to pay a shit ton of rent, they definitely pay their way. They make sure they pay their way through, but it's just like makes it easier to be around everyone, keep everyone straight set minded in the sense of like, hey, we're all here doing the same thing, wanting to make the same thing happen. And,
exactly.
And also they get to watch after the house in the sense of like, if I'm on a trip for a couple weeks or I'm gone for a couple months, I don't want to have the house empty for months. That's sketchy, especially in LA. People be running.
Sketch.
Yeah.
Hella sketch. Shout out to Thomas.
There.
Shout out to Thomas Dristis being handsome, by the way. We just want to go ahead and give Thomas the kudos. His handsome face has bailed out a lot of homies a lot of times. All right. Shout out to Thomas. Not only being pretty in the face, but good, pretty in the skate too. He's beast. Go look up Thomas Dristis McGarsh right now. That is our boy. Now, Jamie, I'm gonna go ahead and I know you have all these accolades and all these amazing things. Go ahead and ask you this. Probably answered it before, but who's on your Mount Rushmore skateboarding, my boy?
Damn. Thought about it, really.
4 guys.
Mount Rushmore skating. Who we got on here?
That's
right
me
now?
4 times. I put myself on Mount Rushmore.
That's you 4 times.
Yes.
Damn, that's legendary. 4 of you.
That's 4 of me. That's some bullshit.
4 of you.
I know one of me is moog enough.
All right. I'm gonna say, this is on the spot. It's hard because
it's all good.
As a skater, you're gonna be like, someone's gonna say another name. You're like, damn, you're right.
Nah, hell nah.
Like,
these are the 4 that come to your mind.
Off the top of my head,
mm-hmm.
For me, I'm gonna say Reynolds. I'm gonna say P-Rod. I'm gonna say Bob Burnquist.
Whew.
And it's Costin, man. The K grind, thing I love the most.
That is amazing. That is amazing. Make some noise for Jamie. That's the amazing 4. Now, Jamie, what is your all-time favorite X Games moment?
See, now that I'm thinking about the Rushmore again, man, I need to add a 5th face for a shot.
No, it's all, no, he didn't make it. Costin took it again. Costin made it. No, ain't no shot. No shot. All right. Costin made it because without Costin, would there be a shot? Would there be any of us when we think about it? Eric Costin.
I know.
I hate Eric Costin. He's too great. I haven't found shit yet, Jamie. I've been looking for years, bro. I'm looking for I'm looking for a secret child. I want to push a T this month. I want to get him. I want to ruin Eric Costin because he's so amazing.
He's squeaky.
He's so amazing, bro. No injuries. Beast style. Funny. Might be black. Might be some type of Asian. I don't even, bro, he's like seamless raced. Like, we don't know nothing about him. We don't know nothing.
The perfect specimen.
Bro, I don't even use the P word. You know that is probably like the closest thing to it. That's like the closest thing, and that's why I hate him, son. I can't defeat him, bro. I go in there, I start trying to make jokes like, haha, you balding. He's like, that's right, that's crazy. That's crazy, because I went golfing with Tiger Woods yesterday. Like, that's so crazy, I'm balding.
Nice try.
That's so funny, Gary.
Ha. Kobe.
That's so great. That's crazy. Kobe called me from heaven. That's so funny, Gary. You're so funny. You're so funny. That's fucking, I hate him, bro. Anyways, so he made it. So shout out to him. And then your all-time favorite X Games moment.
I mean, I'm pretty sure the fakie 5-0 fakie flip by Bob Burnquist was on the X Games, right?
All right. Yes, it was. It was. We've gotten that one. I think you're the fourth. So we got 6 Jake Browns.
Oh yeah, damn.
10 900s. I think 4 fakie flip, 5-0 fakie flips.
Yeah. I mean, it's also a trick that I like, you know, that I kind of do.
You've done on ooh, wow.
You know, but to see it done on vert first go, like, I mean, still to this, I was a little kid when I seen it. It didn't make sense to me. Nowadays, still don't make sense.
Yeah.
So that shit lives to the day, you know.
So I also want to ask you this. Because I think about it when I'm thinking like Costin and being well-rounded skater. You actually have the super skater ability where you can skate everything. Where did that come from?
I wouldn't say everything.
Almost everything. What do you feel like? Okay, let me find the crack then. What can you not skate, Jamie Foy, at all? Like, you don't understand how they do it. What is it? Exactly.
Quick bumps.
Exactly. No, exactly. I knew it.
Quick bumps. Gustav Tunnison shit.
See, but he weird.
But you know, those little bumps, like, you know, when they're quick.
He
like,
weird. Who skates bumps. Those, bro? Him, freaking, what's his name from Skate Mafia? The real Gustavo. No, him. Yep. Tiago Lopez.
Yeah.
No, because Lamo. Wait, what are we thinking? Tiago Lopez, right? It's the Tiago.
It's the Tiago. Yeah. What's his last name?
That's not. Hold on. We found him on Metro Skateboarding too. Hold on.
It probably is.
I think it's Tiago Lopez. 1 second. We're gonna see.
Probably is.
That probably don't sound right though.
But yeah, I mean, also I hate manual pads. I mean, I can do a manual trick, but I hate manual pads.
Yeah, it's Lopez. It's Lopez with an S. That's why. That's why I felt weird. So yeah. Now I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this episode with what I call 1,000,000 bars. I gotta spit a freestyle, Jamie. It is what it is.
There we go.
I'm gonna do
Love it.
and I'm gonna get up out of here. All right. Hold on. 1 second. I got my beats somewhere. Just give me a second, Jamie. Don't rush me off. Just give me a second, bro. Dang, chill out.
Look at me. I'm literally the definition of chill.
I know. Can you hear the beat, Jamie?
Nope.
You can't hear the beat?
Nope.
Chat, can y'all hear the beat?
Go off?
The beat go off? Chat, can y'all hear the beat? Maybe Jamie can't hear it, but he said it's quiet. Okay, hold on. Like, you hear it, but it's quiet? Or no? There's no beat? Hold on. It needs to be louder. 1 second. I'm gonna figure it out. Y'all hear it now? Y'all hear it now?
Lightly.
You hear it lightly, Jamie?
Yeah.
All right, I'm bringing it back. Jamie's not about to rap. Give it up, Tarlo. It's just not happening. All right, here it goes. Y'all know I need these words in chat. I'm gonna do this 1,000,000 bars, man. Shout out to D and shout out to Duke Billington. Those are my 2 producers. Yo, my guy, Jimmy Foy from the 305. Right?
954.
541 561 something. The 306. I got performance issues. It just rhymed, bro. Just let me rock. Hey.
Yeah, 306 go crazy.
306. That's his kicks. He getting tricks. Front cook. El Toro. He crazy as shit. Why would you do that? First try with the flick. Oh my God. Oh my God, boy, what is this? He said, yo, spit a rap, say it off the top of the dome, I'm spitting crap. He said, kumquat, what the hell is that? What is that word? Like, really? Actually, hold on, let me stop. What is a kumquat? And who made that up? Shout out New Balance. I don't even care what the word mean. I don't even care because my teeth green. Hey, me and Jamie both got chipped teeth. We don't even care. Me and Jamie both got ponytails in our hair. Me and Jamie grew up and we never even played Truth or Dare. I walk up the stairs, Jamie grind down them shits. Front side kick to that crook. Heel flip, mean looking textbook. Shout out Costin, he invented the crook. Jamie said blacked out when he did the front crook. He didn't even look. He don't know what happened. Boy, I'm snapping. Shout out to the Gators. It's G Code. I'm gonna see you later. But I ain't gonna get off yet. I gotta finish the beat. Is it too long? Because if it is, okay. All right. That was 1,000,000 bars. All right. Shout out to everybody that joined. We were live on Kick, YouTube, and Twitch.tv today. Everybody that joined, we do appreciate you. Shout out to D. Shout out to everybody. Jamie, I always leave with a couple kind words. Like I said, bro, I've been wanting to support you since we met because you were one of those people that I felt like was going to work for it. When you told me like, yo, I want to try this rail to get on Nike, and you tried that trick and I watched you get knocked out and I had to pick you up. I remember that day like this boy wants it, you know? Because I was in the industry. I was in the industry by myself, really, for a long time. I didn't have all my friends with me, you know? Like all the homies that we all knew. Like when Dre was a kid, like when Lil Dre, before he started walking in YSL, that was just the homie from my family's apartments, you know what I'm saying? That lived nearby. So to meet you and see that you really wanted this thing and it actually paid off a year and a half later is probably one of my favorite moments in skateboarding. Besides seeing Suchu go pro, because I grew up with him, like you sit there really high up as somebody that was like, you know what, bro, I'm not going to back down. I'm going to keep going. Because my thing has been consistency, and you and I can say you and I have stayed consistent since we got here. And that's like my favorite thing. This is gonna play, and you guys think I make these moments up so I sound cool. These are actually people don't know, man. These are actually my friends.
It's a fakey.
And my
that
people.
To this day.
These are my friends and my people that I've been with since the beginning, and we've all really stayed together, worked together, never switched up on each other, and we're here where we want to be. You know what I'm saying? So I'm happy.
Skating's brought me and met some of the best people like you, Des,
John, I know.
all of them, like all the boys, like learning, just hanging out with you guys is like why I was this gassed up to do this or try it even. I got close. We had it until I didn't have it.
I know, bro. I know.
I mean, that's the thing. Like, yeah, right there, man. It was just like, and you being there was gassing me up. Like, we just met and everything, but I already kind of knew. So like, I was just like, and you were so, you've been, we were homies since because, you're a real one. And, all the homies, it's just so sick that we've all gotten to where we are today.
Exactly, bro.
Doing what we love for the love, man.
Exactly. So really happy that you get to be who you are and the things that you've done. And you're going to give me the keys and I'm going to drive around, at least around the block one time. We're not going to say what the car is. One time. Just once, please. Nah? All right, whatever.
Pull up to FL, man.
I will.
Pull up to FL. We'll see.
I'll be on the first Spirit flight in the morning. I'm talking about like one of them rappers flew me out. I'll be there in the morning. I will be there in the morning if you let me drive it around the block one time. I just want to hear it. I wanted to say, you feel me? I got that stomach sound. All right. Well, another episode of Grinding Unwind, Jamie. I'm thankful for you. Appreciate you. Thank you to your moms and pops for raising who they did, bro. They did exactly what they were supposed to do.
Thanks, Gary.
Keep killing it, Jamie. We're going to be watching you. All right. That's Grinding Unwind. Episode 38 from Gary Rogers and the great Jamie Foy. Peace. Let me alone. Let me alone.
Love you, Gary.
Love you too, brother. Peace.